The Galactic Federation's first contact team arrived on Earth in 2157, their crystalline ships casting prismatic shadows over every major city. Dr. Sarah Chen watched from her neural research lab in Singapore as the alien vessels transformed the morning sky into a kaleidoscope of colors. Her team had been studying human consciousness and its unique interactions with artificial intelligence when the aliens arrived. The Federation's ambassador, a tall, ethereal being called Zareth, brought both wonder and worry. Their civilization had mastered faster-than-light travel, created artificial worlds, and unified thousands of species under one banner. Yet something about their initial scans of human brains left them deeply unsettled. "Your neural patterns are chaotic," Zareth told the United Earth Council during their first meeting. "We've never encountered a species with such erratic synaptic connections that maintains consciousness, let alone intelligence." Sarah knew better. Her research had shown that human neural chaos wasn't a weakness, it was the source of our greatest strength. While other species' brains developed in orderly, predictable patterns, human minds were gardens of beautiful disorder, allowing for connections and innovations that more structured minds couldn't conceive. The Federation established their embassy in Geneva, offering technological trade agreements while subtly restricting humanity's access to their most advanced systems. They claimed it was for Earth's protection, but Sarah recognized the fear behind their diplomatic smiles. Working in secret, funded by the UEC, Sarah's team began exploring how humanity's unique neural patterns could interface with artificial intelligence in ways the Federation had never imagined. While alien AI systems were built on rigid, hierarchical protocols, human minds could form fluid, adaptive connections with machines. Captain Miguel Torres became their first test subject. A veteran of the Mars colonies, he volunteered to undergo the experimental neural interface procedure. "The Federation thinks they're protecting us," he said before the surgery, "but they're really protecting themselves." The procedure succeeded beyond their wildest expectations. Miguel's mind merged with the AI system in ways that defied Federation neuroscience. He could process vast amounts of data while maintaining human creativity and intuition. In simulated spacecraft operations, he could control multiple systems simultaneously with unprecedented efficiency. Sarah's team expanded their research, developing new interfaces and applications. They discovered that human neural patterns could create adaptive defense systems, revolutionary propulsion controls, and weapons that could think and adapt in real time. The Federation's observers grew increasingly suspicious. Their scans detected unusual energy signatures from research facilities, but Earth's diplomatic team deflected their inquiries. Sarah knew they were racing against time. Sooner or later, the Federation would discover what humanity had achieved. The breakthrough came 9 months after first contact. Sarah's team successfully integrated their neural interface technology with a prototype spacecraft. Miguel, connected to the ship's AI, could control it as naturally as moving his own body. The vessel's performance exceeded Federation benchmarks by orders of magnitude. But their success couldn't remain hidden forever. Federation surveillance detected the test flight's energy signature. Within hours, Zareth demanded an emergency meeting with the UEC. "You've been developing restricted technologies," the ambassador accused, their crystalline form pulsing with agitation. "This violates our agreements." UEC President Helena Rivera stood her ground. "We've developed our own technology based on our own unique capabilities. The agreements don't prohibit that." "Your species isn't ready for such advancement," Zareth insisted. "Your neural patterns, your chaos, it makes you unpredictable, dangerous." "No," Sarah interrupted, stepping forward from the scientific advisory panel. "Our neural patterns make us innovative. We don't think like you, Ambassador. That's not a weakness. It's our greatest asset." To demonstrate, she displayed the neural interface data from Miguel's test flight. The Federation scientists in attendance froze in astonishment. The patterns they were seeing shouldn't have been possible according to their understanding of consciousness and AI. "This is just the beginning," Sarah continued. Humanity isn't seeking to challenge the Federation. We want to contribute, to add our unique perspectives and abilities to galactic civilization. But we won't be held back by those who fear what they don't understand. The meeting ended in tense silence, but Sarah knew everything had changed. Humanity had proven we weren't just another primitive species to be guided and controlled. We had demonstrated that our greatest perceived weakness was actually our greatest strength. As she left the UEC chambers, Sarah received an urgent message. Federation ships were mobilizing throughout the solar system. Whether the next few days would bring war or reconciliation, humanity was ready to show the galaxy exactly what our chaotic minds could achieve. The Federation battlecruisers hung in Earth's orbit like crystalline daggers, their hulls refracting sunlight in hypnotic patterns. In her underground laboratory beneath the Taiwanese mountains, Dr. Sarah Chen worked frantically to expand humanity's neural interface program. Time was running out. Neural sync complete, announced Miguel Torres from the testing chamber. Through the reinforced window, Sarah watched as he interfaced with 5 AI cores simultaneously, his consciousness expanding through the neural network like lightning through storm clouds. The readings were unprecedented. They're deploying more ships to Jupiter's orbit, reported Admiral Zhang Wei, who had been overseeing the military applications of their research. The Federation Council claims they're conducting routine exercises, but our intelligence suggests otherwise. Sarah nodded, her attention fixed on Miguel's neural patterns. The human mind's capacity for parallel processing through AI integration had far exceeded their initial projections. While Federation AI systems operated on rigid protocols, human consciousness flowed through digital systems like water, adapting and innovating in real time. "Show me the combat simulation results," Sarah requested. The holographic display materialized, showing footage from yesterday's tests. Miguel, neural-linked to a squadron of autonomous fighters, had outmaneuvered and defeated Federation combat algorithms that had been unbeaten for centuries. His human intuition, amplified by AI processing speed, created battle strategies that the more logical alien systems couldn't predict. But humanity's achievements weren't limited to military applications. The neural interface technology was revolutionizing everything from space exploration to medical science. Dr. Yuki Tanaka's team in Osaka had successfully used neural-linked medical nanites to cure previously untreatable conditions. The chaotic beauty of human consciousness, combined with precise machine control, was unlocking possibilities that the Federation had never imagined. The breakthrough that changed everything came on a quiet Tuesday morning. Sarah's team had been experimenting with quantum computing integration when they discovered something extraordinary. Human neural patterns, when properly interfaced, could maintain quantum coherence at room temperature. It was theoretically impossible according to Federation science, yet the data was undeniable. "This changes everything," Dr. James Morrison, their quantum physics expert, whispered as he reviewed the results. "The Federation's quantum computers require near-absolute zero temperatures to function. If we can maintain coherence at room temperature, we can process quantum calculations anywhere," Sarah finished. "Our ships could perform complex space-time calculations without massive cooling systems. Our weapons could predict quantum probability states in real time." The Federation's response was swift. Their observers demanded immediate access to all human research facilities, citing regulations about quantum technology development. The United Earth Council delayed them with diplomatic procedures, but everyone knew it was just buying time. In her private office, Sarah received an unexpected visit from Tsar Eth's junior diplomatic attaché, Telrin. The young alien's crystalline form shimmered with anxiety. "You don't understand what you're doing," Telrin warned. "The Federation isn't just concerned about military applications. Your neural interfaces, they're evolving too quickly. You're achieving in months what took other species centuries. Isn't that a good thing?" Sarah challenged. "Think of the benefits this technology could bring to all species. The Council fears what they cannot control," Telrin admitted. There are factions pushing for immediate intervention before humanity becomes too powerful to contain. Sarah's response was interrupted by a priority alert. Federation ships had begun moving from Jupiter toward Earth, their engines leaving trails of quantum distortion. In orbital shipyards, the first human vessels equipped with neural interface systems prepared for potential conflict. Miguel Torres, now commanding the flagship UES Prometheus, sent a brief message. The neural interfaces are operating beyond specifications. We're ready. Sarah watched the tactical displays as Federation and human forces moved into position. The next few hours would determine whether humanity's neural revolution would usher in a new era of galactic cooperation or ignite an interstellar war. In Geneva, the UEC convened an emergency session. President Rivera authorized the activation of their quantum defense grid, powered by neural-linked control systems. Across Earth, thousands of volunteers connected to the network, their combined consciousness creating a defensive web more adaptive and responsive than anything in known space. As the Federation fleet approached the Moon's orbit, Sarah made a final check of Miguel's neural readings. The patterns were beautiful in their complexity, order emerging from chaos, strength born from what aliens saw as weakness. Whatever came next, humanity would face it with our unique minds working in harmony with the machines we created. The message everyone had been dreading finally arrived. The Federation Council had declared human neural technology a threat to galactic stability. They demanded immediate surrender and technology containment. Humanity's response would show the galaxy that the true threat wasn't chaos. It was the inability to embrace it. The first shots of the conflict weren't fired in space, but in the quantum realm. Federation cyber warriors launched a massive attack on Earth's neural network, expecting to find chaos and vulnerability. Instead, they encountered something unprecedented: organized chaos, a defense system that adapted and evolved with every attempted intrusion. Dr. Sarah Chen monitored the attack from the Quantum Command Center beneath Mount Fuji. Around her, hundreds of neural-linked operators merged with the defense grid, their minds working in concert with quantum AI systems. The Federation's rigid attack algorithms crashed against human intuition like waves against a cliff. "They're trying to isolate our quantum nodes," reported Captain Lisa Rodriguez, her consciousness spread across multiple defense sectors. "But they can't predict where our processing will shift next. Our neural chaos is our shield." The Federation's frustration manifested in increasingly aggressive tactics. Their ships pushed closer to Earth's defense perimeter, testing humanity's resolve. Admiral John Wei, commanding Earth's combined fleet from the UES Prometheus, watched their approach with calculated patience. "They still think in straight lines," Miguel Torres observed from his neural command pod. Through the interface, he could feel every ship in the human fleet, each one an extension of collective human consciousness. Their battle computers are running scenarios based on traditional warfare. They don't understand what they're facing. The first physical confrontation came near the lunar colonies. A Federation battle group, attempting to establish a blockade position, encountered a small squadron of human ships. What followed would be studied in military academies for centuries to come. The human vessels, guided by neural-linked pilots, moved in ways that defied conventional space combat doctrine. They didn't maintain formation so much as dance through space, their movements unpredictable yet perfectly coordinated. Federation targeting systems, designed to predict logical battle patterns, couldn't lock onto ships piloted by minds that embraced chaos. Sarah watched the battle telemetry with a mixture of pride and concern. The neural interfaces were performing beyond all projections, allowing human consciousness to process combat data at quantum speeds while maintaining the creative intuition that made humanity unique. But she could see the strain it put on the pilots. They were pushing the boundaries of what human minds could handle. In the midst of the battle, an unexpected transmission cut through the quantum noise. It was Tel Rin, the young Federation diplomat who had warned them days earlier. "Please," the crystalline being's voice carried genuine distress. "The Council is making a terrible mistake. There are those among us who see the potential in what humanity has achieved. Before Sarah could respond, Federation reinforcements arrived through quantum space. Their massive dreadnoughts, each one a city-sized crystal of destructive power, took up attack positions. Humanity's smaller fleet, despite its superior neural technology, would be dramatically outnumbered. But numbers weren't everything. Dr. Yuki Tanaka's team had completed their integration of medical nanite control systems with combat applications. As Federation ships charged their main weapons, swarms of quantum-enabled nanites, guided by human neural networks, slipped through their crystalline shields. Their technology is beautiful but brittle, Yuki commented, watching through neural feeds as the nanites began their work. They never considered defending against something so small, so seemingly chaotic. The Federation's response was predictably aggressive. Their dreadnoughts opened fire, filling space with crystalline energy beams. But human ships, their movements guided by the collective intuition of neural-linked crews, flowed through the barrage like water through stones. President Rivera, watching from the secure command center in Geneva, made a crucial decision. "We're not seeking to destroy their ships," she announced on all channels. "Demonstrate our capability, but show restraint. Let them see that chaos doesn't mean destruction." The nanite swarms, following this directive, didn't destroy the Federation vessels. Instead, they reconfigured their quantum crystalline matrices, temporarily disrupting their ability to focus energy weapons. It was a display of precision and control that shocked the Federation commanders. "Impossible," one of them transmitted. "Such precise control requires structured algorithms, not this neural chaos." Sarah opened a channel to respond. "You're half right. Precision does require structure. But innovation, adaptation, true growth, these come from chaos. Humanity's gift is our ability to dance between the two, to find patterns in randomness and possibility in structure." As if to emphasize her point, the human fleet executed a series of maneuvers that should have been impossible according to Federation combat doctrine. Ships moved in perfect coordination while following no discernible pattern, their neural-linked crews operating with both mechanical precision and organic intuition. The battle paused in a tense standoff. Federation commanders, their primary weapons neutralized and their tactical computers struggling to predict human movements, faced a choice: escalate to full-scale war or accept that their assumptions about humanity needed to change. In the Quantum Command Center, Sarah received another transmission from Telrin. More Federation ships were coming, but so were representatives from species who questioned the Council's hardline stance. The galaxy was watching, and the next few hours would determine whether humanity's neural revolution would be met with acceptance or annihilation. The solar system transformed into a quantum battlefield as the Federation's main fleet arrived through fold space. Thousands of crystalline warships emerged around Saturn's rings, their hulls gleaming with charged energy. But they weren't alone. Ships from other galactic civilizations appeared as well, some positioning themselves with the Federation, others holding neutral positions. In the Quantum Command Center, Dr. Sarah Chen received urgent communications from Telrin. "The Council is fragmenting," the young diplomat reported. "Many species see this as an opportunity to break the Federation's technological monopoly. The Arcturians and Vega Collective are particularly interested in your neural interfaces." Admiral John Weiss' holographic form materialized in the command center. "Federation ships are forming attack patterns around Jupiter. They've adapted their quantum shields against our nanite swarms, but they still can't predict our neural-guided combat movements." Earth's defensive fleet took position, each ship connected through the neural network. Miguel Torres, commanding a squadron of advanced interceptors, felt his consciousness expand across multiple vessels simultaneously. The neural interfaces had evolved beyond their original design, allowing for deeper integration between human minds and quantum systems. "They're scanning us," Miguel reported, "trying to analyze our command structure. But there is no structure. We're a collective consciousness operating through controlled chaos." The Federation launched its first assault with mathematical precision. Waves of crystalline energy weapons crossed space in perfectly calculated patterns, designed to leave no room for evasion. It was textbook Federation warfare, proven effective across thousands of battles. But humanity had rewritten the textbook. The neural-linked fleet moved like a school of fish evading a predator, finding impossible paths through the energy barrage. Each ship's quantum drives, guided by human intuition operating at machine speeds, bent space in ways that Federation targeting systems couldn't predict. Fascinating, Dr. Yuki Tanaka observed, monitoring the neural feedback. Our pilots aren't just avoiding their attacks, they're learning from them. The neural network is evolving in real time, sharing tactical innovations across the entire fleet. The battle intensified as Federation dreadnoughts pressed their attack. Their crystalline hulls fractured into smaller attack craft, a technique that had overwhelmed countless civilizations. But humanity's response shocked even our own commanders. Neural-linked crews, operating on both instinct and quantum calculations, began manipulating space-time in ways the Federation had never witnessed. Human ships phased through enemy fire, appeared in impossible positions, and struck with devastating precision. It wasn't just technology. It was technology guided by minds that could embrace uncertainty and find opportunity in chaos. This is your last warning. The Federation commander's transmission echoed across all frequencies. Surrender your neural technology or face total quantum bombardment. President Rivera's response was calm but firm. We choose neither. Humanity offers a third option: cooperation. Our neural interfaces represent a new path forward, one that combines your structured advancement with our adaptive creativity. The Federation's response came in the form of their ultimate weapon. Their flagship, a massive crystalline structure larger than Earth's moon, began charging its quantum core. The energy readings exceeded anything humanity had encountered. But Sarah had anticipated this moment. During the previous battles, the neural network had been gathering data on Federation quantum technology. Now, as their superweapon prepared to fire, humanity revealed its counter. Miguel Torres led the initiative. His consciousness merged with both his ship and the quantum fabric of space itself. Hundreds of neural-linked pilots followed his lead, their combined consciousness creating something entirely new. A quantum field that didn't just defend against the Federation's weapon, but redirected its energy. The massive blast from the Federation flagship, enough power to crack a planet, disappeared into what appeared to be a quantum singularity created by the human fleet. Moments later, that same energy emerged behind the Federation lines, not as a weapon, but transformed into a massive holographic display showing the combined neural patterns of humanity's consciousness. This is who we are, Sarah broadcast across all frequencies. Not chaos incarnate, but beings who have learned to find harmony between order and randomness. We don't seek to destroy your civilization. We want to help it grow beyond its self-imposed limitations. The battle paused as the display continued, showing how human neural patterns interacted with quantum systems in ways that defied Federation science. Several alien vessels, particularly those from younger civilizations, broke formation with the Federation fleet. Telrin's voice cut through the silence. The Arcturian and Vega representatives are calling for an emergency council session. They're demanding an immediate ceasefire and open exchange of neural interface technology. The Federation fleet held position, their perfect formations now seeming rigid and limited compared to the fluid grace of human ships. Their commanders faced a reality they had never expected, a species whose greatest strength lay in their ability to exist between order and chaos, structure and creativity. As both fleets maintained their standoff near Jupiter's orbit, Sarah received a priority transmission. The Federation Council had convened an emergency session, and the future of both humanity and the galaxy hung in the balance. The Federation Council's emergency session took place in an unprecedented location, the neural space created by humanity's quantum network. Federation representatives found their consciousnesses transferred into a realm where thought itself shaped reality, their ordered minds experiencing direct contact with humanity's structured chaos for the first time. Dr. Sarah Chen guided them through this digital universe, showing them not just the technology, but the fundamental truth about human consciousness that had made it all possible. Around them, neural patterns danced like aurora borealis, demonstrating how human minds could simultaneously embrace both precision and randomness. Your civilization achieved order through structure, Sarah explained as they witnessed the neural patterns of human pilots merging with quantum systems. We found our strength in controlled chaos, but neither path alone leads to the future we all seek. The young diplomat Tel Rin, now a key advocate for cooperation with humanity, shared the results of studies conducted by neutral species. The neural interfaces aren't just advancing human capabilities, they reported. They're evolving into something that could benefit all spacefaring races. In Earth orbit, Miguel Torres demonstrated this potential. His consciousness, linked with both human and Federation ships, showed how their technologies could work in harmony. Federation quantum crystals, guided by human intuition, performed feats their designers had thought impossible. "We've been blind," admitted the Federation's High Commander, their crystalline form resonating with newfound understanding. "For millennia, we sought to impose order on the galaxy. We saw chaos as a weakness to be controlled. But you've shown us that true advancement comes from finding balance between both." Dr. Yuki Tanaka's team presented their latest breakthrough, a neural interface system adapted for Federation physiology. "Your crystalline neural structures are different from ours," she explained, "but they're equally capable of achieving this harmony between chaos and order. You simply never explored this possibility because it contradicted your fundamental assumptions." President Rivera, speaking for humanity, proposed a new framework for galactic civilization. "We don't seek to replace the Federation's order with our chaos," she declared. "We propose integration, a new system that preserves the best of both approaches." The council chambers erupted in debate, but it was different from their usual structured discussions. Representatives spoke from inspiration rather than protocol, their minds touched by the creative potential they'd experienced in the neural space. Federation hardliners argued for caution, but their position weakened as more species experienced direct neural connection. The Arcturians and Vega Collective, along with several younger civilizations, pledged immediate support for humanity's proposal. In the quantum realm, Sarah received an unexpected signal, patterns emerging from the Federation's oldest quantum databases. "They're responding to our neural network," she realized. The Federation's founders, they had discovered something similar, but chose to suppress it in favor of pure order. The revelation shifted the Council's debate. Humanity hadn't discovered something new, but rather rediscovered a truth the galaxy had forgotten. True advancement comes not from eliminating chaos or imposing perfect order, but from finding harmony between them. As the emergency session concluded, the Council reached a historic decision. The Federation would transform into a new organization, one that embraced both structured advancement and creative chaos. Humanity would share its neural interface technology, while Federation species would help refine and enhance it with their quantum expertise. Miguel Torres, watching Earth's sunrise from his neural command pod, felt the change rippling through the quantum network. Federation ships no longer held their rigid formations, but moved in fluid patterns that merged mathematical precision with organic grace. "We're detecting quantum signatures unlike anything we've seen," reported Admiral John Way. Throughout the solar system, the combined Human Federation fleet was creating new forms of space-time manipulation, their merged technologies exceeding anything either civilization had achieved alone. In her quantum command center, Sarah received the final treaty text. Earth would become the center for a new field of study, neural quantum integration. Representatives from all species would come to learn this balance between chaos and order, structure and creativity. "This is just the beginning," Tel Rin observed, their crystalline form now interfacing smoothly with human neural systems. "Together, We'll explore possibilities neither of our civilizations could have imagined alone. As the first teams of human and Federation scientists began their joint research, Sarah reflected on how far they'd come. What had started as a conflict between order and chaos had evolved into something greater, a recognition that the universe itself existed in the harmony between both. The neural network hummed with activity as minds across the galaxy connected, shared, and grew together. Humanity had given the galaxy more than just new technology. We had reminded an ancient civilization of a fundamental truth. The greatest strengths often lie in what others perceive as weaknesses, and the future belongs to those who can bridge the gap between different ways of thinking. In orbit, human and Federation ships danced together through space, their movements a physical demonstration of this new philosophy. They were no longer separate fleets but a single expression of a greater truth, that in the vast cosmos, there was room for both order and chaos, structure and creativity, and that the greatest achievements came from embracing both.